Welcome to the Black Order Battle Breakdown. This is going to be episode 1 of a series where we go over my games over TTS. Today, it looks like we're going to have me versus Foster. I won priority, and as always, I go for extracts. Gotta love them. So we have alien ships crash downtown, and mutant madman turns city center into lethal amusement park. I went ahead and went with 20 for this game. I really like 20 for my list. As the title goes, I'm going to be playing Black Order, and that's mainly what I play for all my Marvel Crisis Protocol games. Let's see what Foster is going to get into. He's going to be playing his Asgardians, trying out a roster he's using for our league games. The squad I chose for this game was Thanos, Corvus, Proxima Midnight, and Valkyrie. I went with Reality Gem on Corvus because Corvus always needs a Reality Gem. And I also went with the Time Gem and the Mind Gem on Thanos, giving him a lot of control ability, a lot of ability to buff my teammates, and just a lot of utility. Also being able to do 3 actions, pretty boss. I start off with activating Valkyrie. First thing I'm gonna do with Valkyrie is go ahead and jump on a point and try to secure it. Pretty safe play, nothing crazy with the tactics right there. I think everyone would try to do that. Let's see if I get it. I reread it because I've already forgotten what that what that secure is. And boom, she gets it. Claim for the Black Order, like all things should be. And then for the second move, I jump onto the extract. And even though I normally don't do this, I went ahead and tried to be ballsy and try to get this too. I need 2 crits, and yeah, I do not get 2 crits. My opponent, his first move is with Thor. Okay, he's coming out with his heavy hitters right there in the beginning. He vans him up, and I believe he's just out of range to cap. So he uses his second movement just to move a little bit further and to roll to secure that. Secure. And Thor is going to easily get this one since he gets 4 dice to roll. Next up is Proxima Midnight. I just decided to move her up. She's got this huge reach to go ahead and try to get to secure. And claim for the Black Order. Next up, I just put her in position for later on to be able to wreak some havoc, and that's it for her. I also decide not to do the husband and wife tag team right now. I don't really need it, and I kind of want to see where he's going to move around with his activation. And Foster moves forward with Miles. Let's see if he can get the Kree core. And he does not. Getting the Kree core takes a long time. In most of my games, we don't get it until maybe turn 3. I like it a lot for playing Black Order because it slows down points. So it gives me more time to beat up my opponent and not have to worry about the score getting too high and out of my grasp. But because Foster put Miles out like that, he's open to Thanos manipulating him. So this is another reason why I didn't go husband and wife. Now I can get to do some damage on Miles because he's out of position. So I'm going to portal him towards me with Thanos. And I decide to use the Mind Stone to put him wherever I want. So perfect position for both my characters to do some damage. This is just one of the downsides of fighting against Thanos. He has complete control of characters, and if anyone's slightly out of position, I can do whatever I want. So I also decided to punch him in the face, because punching people in the face is something I love to do in this game. This was a devastating attack. Yeah, so I ended up doing 7 damage. Yeah, so turn 1 days, 1 attack. I didn't even need to set up Corvus for that that fight, but since I have the extra power, I go ahead and portal Corvus forward so he can just get an extra movement instead of having to waste one of his move actions. I also just move Thanos onto the Kree core and see if he can steal it. But see, as I said before, you have to get those crit, and getting a crit is really hard. Right here, Enchantress moves up and hits Thanos with Spurn Infection. And I only block 1 with the Mighty Titan. Yeah, she steals 2 of my power. I'll go ahead and check out her card because this is my first time fighting against her. So this is a pretty decent attack. Beam 3 saps power, and she gains power. So with my last activation, I just moved Corvus up twice and try to get the core. I'm really surprised he doesn't get it because I have the reality gem, and that lets me count skulls as crits. But still, he doesn't get it, and because of high position Thanos, I had to use 2 moves to get there. But I mean, it is what it is. Foster uses Angela with a huge movement to interact with the Secure. And she gets it. No problem there. And then he moves Angela on one of the points that I had taken. And he barely gets it, but he gets it nonetheless. With his last activation, he moves up with Valkyrie and tries to dig for the Kree core. and gets nothing. Yeah, I'll start off turn 2 with Proxima. I empower Proxima's strike and try to take out Miles. I, I use the Asgard token, so I kind of remember who I'm empowering with Thanos, since you can only do it with one character. So this is 7 dice attack with Pierce, pretty deadly. Um, yeah, get 1 crit. So he takes 3 damage. And I use all my power to go ahead and do her Quantum Starburst, where she puts all of the stats effects on you. So with Miles limping along, I go ahead and activate Corvus with Proxman, with a husband and wife. Also, I sift through the rubble with Corvus. Kind of did it out of order, but yeah, I'm moving through the rubble, and I don't get it again. So this is just a basic strike on Miles. Skull counts as a crit because of Reality Gem. See if he can defend against it. Can he survive? And he can't, even with his rerolls. So that's it for him. I gained 1 point for totally KOing a character. Foster tries to retaliate with Thor using 4 Asgard to come after Corvus. Let's see what he can do with this strike on Corvus. I roll no defense. So he does 3 damage, but because of immortality, he does 2 damage. But I get staggered and I get thrown. Proxima tries to defend against it. And only blocking 1. So she takes 1. He decides to strike me again. And I get one crit. Yeah, not rolling well with the defense. So I take another damage. And I get thrown into my wife again. And she blocks 2 this time. So taking 1 damage. And he throws me one more time using Strongest Avengers. And that is all he needs to be able to daze me. Thanos using the Mind Gem, bringing Enchantress closer to me, but trying to keep her still out of range of the Kree. So I'm going to pay 2 power to strike her. Because if you don't pay power when attacking a Enchantress, she gets to use her devastating 6 defense. And I roll very well. So she takes 4. Pay another 2 to strike her again. And that is a dazed Enchantress. And then I went ahead and searched the rubble to see if I can get the Kree. And the Kree stays elusive for us. Next up, I go ahead and portal Proxima a little bit closer to me. And with my last portal, I try to portal Valkyrie a little bit further away. Just trying to make it a little bit harder for her. And that's it for Thanos. The opponent moves on the core. Looking for those crits. When you need them, those crits are never there. And then he uses his last movement to jump up and try to take that from me. So I searched the rubble with Valkyrie. And that is a no. But I went ahead and tried to take that point from Foster. And I got the crit that I should have needed for the for the crit core, but that's fine. Okay, so he moves over with her and does a Zypher's Sword of the Stars. I was like, wow, that attack sounds like it should just KO me. 6 dice, and he gets to reposition, which is pretty nice. So I block 2 of it. I block all the damage actually. But he gets to move on to the secure was his main objective, and he rolls to steal it from me, and actually doesn't get it. So I'm still behind in points right here. I'm only at 3, and my opponent is at 6. But I feel like things are still in my favor. I've taken out 1 character. Most my people are powered up. Well, Corvus is powered up, and Corvus is all that matters. And I also get to damage Angela because of the secure. But because of when it happens, Foster is going to kill her using Asgardian's ability. I'll start off my turn using a Doom Prophecy and a Glade's Edge. Yeah, I'm trying to make a big play this turn. Doing a lot of damage with Corvus because I have a lot of targets near me. And plus with him being wounded already. I also end up doing Blind Obsession with Proxima. Using the target of Enchantress. I mean, she's enchanting, so it only makes sense, right? And I also do a death blow against him. And I also bump it up with Thanos empowering it. So that's going to be 7 dice plus 3 plus another 4, so 14 dice attack. That also counts blanks. So all in all, I end up doing a whopping 16 damage to Thor, though all I can actually do is 6 because that's all the HP that has. This is the biggest attack I've ever done in the game, so I was really excited about this. But I got a little excited about this, and I gave myself 6 energy when this didn't add energy to my or power to my attack. So The 6 that I give him actually doesn't come up in the game. And surprisingly, I only got one while out of all those dice. So I move Corvus to get the free strike onto Valkyrie. But I'm also trying to make sure that I'm not moving him out of range of Proxima, because I want Proxima to be able to activate as well, since Enchantress is at full HP right now. So with the free strike, I end up doing 5 damage. He blocks 1, but I have Pierce, so I go through it. And she's got 1 left. So I actually gained 5 power from that one. So I do a Glaive's Edge and strike. Reality Gem gives me that crit. And that's all I needed. So keep in mind that I think I am actually at 1 power right now. I actually negate 6. So I gained that point. So that's a pretty devastating turn for Corvus. He was able to daze 2 characters in 1 turn. And then I move over to Proxima, activating her. And Proxima does a strike onto Enchantress. I have to pay the 2. Annoying, but I will do it every day so she doesn't get that 6 defense. And because I have Blind Obsession, I add another 2 dice to it. So my regular attacks is as strong as some people's spenders. So she ends up blocking 2, but I have Pierce. So she takes 3 damage, and that gives me enough power to be able to attack her again. And her not getting that defense. Another 7 dice attack. Ooh, 2 crits this time. And that's it for Enchantress. As long as you have the power to pay to attack her, that's it. That's a good game for her. So I get the 2 power, and that's it for my turn. I do a devastating blow of dazing 2 characters and KOing 1 character. Um, and I'm just out to look for the rubble. So. So Angela decides where she's going to go. She moves over next to the Kree core and also right next to Corvus. Sorry, next to Proxima. She searches the rubble, and what a surprise! No rubble. Well, only thing in there is rubble. No Kree core. She goes ahead and attacks Proxima, but because my obsession target is gone, she no longer has the debuff. But I go ahead and do the martial prowess just in case, seeing if I can do some damage and survive this. But I only roll 1 wild. Yeah, and that's a day's Proxima Midnight. So he uses Odin's daughter's might and throws Corvus into Thanos. Thanos ends up taking 1 from that exchange. So with my last activation, I decided to move Valkyrie over to try to get the Kree core. Let's see if she can do it. And she actually gets it with 2 crits. Now, this is another goof on my part. I thought that you can only do one movement when you have the Kree core, and what you do prior to it doesn't matter. But apparently, yes, once you have the Kree core, um, if you made another movement, you can't move again. That was my bad. I don't think it really changes the outcome of the game, but I do take this point when I shouldn't have been able to do it this turn. So I end up, and Thanos actually hadn't even gone yet. I spent two with him to portal um, Corvus away. I'm just trying to give him a little bit more defense, seeing if my opponent can spend one extra movement to attack him. It's kind of futile, but hey, I'm doing what I can to keep my boy alive because I used Doom Prophecy on him. He has no physical defense, and that's a lot of physical people there probably want to punch his face in. I ended up just striking Angela with Thanos. Didn't have really any good options. She's a super tanky character with fours across the board. But I'd rather be lucky than good any day. I roll really high on my strikes with 5 damage. And she ends up taking 2. But I also get the throw on her. And I throw her into the train to get that extra 1 damage. And we decide to strike her again. Let's see what happens. This time I roll again a really good score, 2 crits. And I daze her, surprisingly. And with 3 characters dazed in one turn, I would say this was a successful turn for me. And then I just try to play for the objectives. I use my last action because I have a time stone to move on to his objective and to switch it. Actually scored 6 points that turn, which should be 5, but You know, still that is a lot of VPs to get in one turn. My opponent decides to activate Thor first because I did so much damage. I actually gave priority to him. So Thor is at full power, so he can pretty much do what he pleases. He's gonna start off with a 4 Asgard and move right near both Corvus and Proxima. He decides to strike Corvus, and there's nothing I can do since I used Doom Prophecy. I have 0 defense, so this is just straight damage. And with him throwing out 3 crits, this is like the end for my buddy boy. Yep, that's it for Corvus. He takes 6 damage. So as I said before, me accidentally giving him extra 6 power never came up because the power that I spent was the power that I actually gained. So it just reflected badly to say have an extra 6 power, but it never came up. So Thor also has one more action, so let's see what he does because it's open field for him. He decides to strike Proxima, and naturally I'm gonna do martial prowess. There's no reason for me not to. And I only blocked 2, surprisingly. And she takes 2, but hey, that saved her 2 HP. And he's gonna throw me. And I get thrown into the Coca-Cola machine. Damn you, Coke. Always doing damage to me, just like in real life. And my opponent decides to throw her one more time into the soda machine using Strongest Avenger. And at this point, my opponent decides to concede because he thinks I'm just too far ahead in points. I still have Thanos on his healthy side. I still have Valkyrie almost untouched. Everyone's so far away from her, and she has a free core. I'm controlling more objectives, and it would just be too hard for him to come back with how much more game we still have left over. So it's a good game for us. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be having more Marvel Crisis Protocol in the future. Thanks for watching.